Jaguar here, and it's time for Jag's Jabs. I want to tell you exactly how I chose the topic for today. You see, it's Tuesday morning, and normally on Tuesdays, I'll turn on my DVR and I'll watch Raw. I don't watch Raw on Monday nights because, of course, I live on the West Coast, so I get the tape delay Raw. So I know all the results and all the memes and all the reactions are already posted online before I can ever watch the match. So on Tuesday mornings, while I do my paperwork, I tend to watch, Raw and catch up a little bit, kind of have it on in the background. And so when I went to my DVR this morning and I went to find Raw, I noticed that I have four episodes of AEW Dynamite sitting there yet to be watched. And I felt kind of guilty, to be honest, because I thought, hey, I'm supposed to be giving accurate and fair feedback about all things wrestling, and I just can't bring myself to watch AEW. The reason why is what the topic of Jag's Jabs is today. The in-ring action in AEW is freaking abysmal. I'm going to tell you why. Number one, there's a gentleman named Klondike Bill. I have no idea who Klondike Bill is. I don't know if he's a pro wrestler, if he's just a fan like the Jag. But Klondike Bill had something very interesting and very accurate to say. I'm going to show you the video clip right now, and I want you to take a look at what Klondike Bill had to say.
One, two. Oh! Grayson went for the break, but Jungle Boy escaped out. Oh, the back flipping.
So Klondike Bill made a tweet that accompanied that video, and it said, "Why the F would you lay there waiting for your opponent to get up and into position and backflip on you? Jungle Boy didn't even lay in an elbow or anything to keep him in the spot. This is ridiculous." I'm paraphrasing, and I'm cleaning it up a little bit. But here's the thing. He makes an excellent point. This guy just lays there. He lies there, is proper grammar. Lies there waiting for this moonsault, waiting for this backflip. And it's ridiculous because I think it takes you out of the action. I think it takes somebody out of the intensity and the high stakes of a wrestling match. Now, here's the thing. There was an article that I posted on the Make Me a Fan page about 8 things that are wrong with AEW that nobody's talking about. Number 5 said that the in-ring action is too cooperative, and that is 100% right. If you look at what's going on, if you look at the matches and you watch the matches, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of intensity. It doesn't feel like there's a lot on the line. It feels like everybody's just waiting for their turn to hit their high spot, which is usually a suicide dive, a super kick, or some kind of tandem move. I mean, the refs are there for decoration. Tag team people are just coming in and out of the ring whenever they want to hit these tandem high spots. This doesn't feel like wrestling. This feels like a showcase. This looks like a Civil War reenactment, okay? There's nothing on the line. We're just gonna go through the motions and try to hit the biggest backflip, somersault, suicide dive we can to make the crowd pop. But here's the interesting thing. Let me put it to you like this. Back in the day when we watched wrestling, I don't know about you guys, but the Jag is 40 years old. When I was watching wrestling back in the 80s, me and my friends had arguments about whether or not it was real, and we believed that this stuff was real. We believed in the intensity. We believed in the power of these punches, these kicks, these suplexes. I mean, I was just looking up Magnus Brown the other day. His finisher, the Ghetto Blaster, was just an enziguri kick. You look at Coco Beware, he had a brainbuster was his finisher. These things would put people out for 3 counts, and these guys are kicking out of, Canadian destroyers and craziness. So it's like the realism. I mean, we all suspend reality when it comes to wrestling, but we really suspend it when we're watching AEW because AEW isn't about wrestling. AEW is about high spots. AEW isn't about the show. AEW is about the individuals getting that reaction from the crowd. Now, and of course, these are great guys. They're great people who love wrestling and they're passionate about it. But I feel like the tone and the vibe of the show is that we're just going to try to get the craziest, biggest suicide dive, crazy biggest spot we can, and it turns into, flip-tastic. Now, I've seen a lot of awesome flipping, a lot of awesome, suicide dives, a lot of awesome high spots in the last couple months that I've been watching indie wrestling. But it feels like when you're watching indie wrestling, there's more of a story there. It feels like there's more on the line. It feels like there's more stakes. Even though AEW wants to be real and have records, even though they change the records, it feels like when you're watching a local show or when you're watching WWE that there's more on the line and there are higher stakes. So I want to say this. I have criticized WWE quite a bit the last couple days. I mean, we can talk about Bobby Lashley and that horrible angle. We can talk about that stupid dog costume with Roman Reigns. We can talk about, allies or enemies working together to take over SmackDown, which doesn't make any sense. WWE does a lot of things wrong. However, one thing they do right is the stakes feel high and the matches feel intense. AEW, not so much. So that's it for Jag's Jabs today. If you agree, let me know in the comments why you agree. If you disagree, hashtag prove the Jag wrong. I welcome any criticism, any feedback, and we will see you tomorrow. Make sure you follow along at MakeMeAFan316, and you can follow the Jag at AKA the Jag on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you tomorrow.